Hey everyone, what's up? It's your boy Tarek and I'm back today with another Love is Blind review. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell so every time I upload, you guys are instantly notified. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the motherfucking family. And guys, as you can see, different setup. Different setup. Do you notice anything new? Guys, I got a new bed. The way I came home, listen, I brought this bed and it came today. The people say up today. I paid the extra fee for these people to build it because I ain't got time to be. When it comes to DIY, I'm so sorry. That ain't me. That is not a bit of me. I'll be so real. So I just paid the extra fee for them to build the bed, guys. I'm in love. I am in love. It's a whole upgrade. You lot know my setup before. I was a lot lower. Now I feel like we the same height. Like I'm talking to y'all. Listen, anyway, let me calm myself down. Oh, and before I also get into this review, guys, I met Cash from Love Island today. I saw him. That man is tall. He's about 6'2", 6'3". That man is tall. I didn't expect him to be tall like that. I guess the camera can't really make you look a certain type of way, but I didn't expect him to be tall. But unfortunately, I didn't get to say what I really wanted to say. I said to him, like, I appreciate you and stuff like that. He looked like he was in a rush, so I'm a type of person that I judge people based on, like, body language, and he looked like he was in a rush somewhere, and I didn't want to take up too much of his time. But yes, it was good to see him today. I'm not gonna lie. You could just tell he's a genuine, but you could just tell, like, the aura, the energy you get from him. You could just tell. My spleen. I'm joking. I'm actually joking. I'm joking. But anyway, guys, let's now get into the review. So the episode starts off with Katisha and Javven. They are going to Javen's house, and Javen, like, they're on the train and they're recording each other on the phone, and Katisha's all talk about, first time going to Javen's house, she's excited and stuff like that. And Javen saying, I actually want to sleep. The first thing you want to do when you get back to your house is sleep. Even though you have your so-called potential wife coming to meet your family. First thing you want to do is sleep. Guys, if this is not screaming that this man doesn't want to marry this woman, I don't know what else is. He is not interested. And the thing is, what later on in the episode, I actually believe that she is, like, I believe more now that she's interested more. Okay, so before I was saying that they're not interested in each other, but after watching this episode, I have a different outtake. I think the thing is, would I remember? No, I'll give my outtake now because knowing me, I'll forget. I feel like Katisha's actually into him, and the idea of what she had about Javen in her head is now she's seeing, maybe this is not what I had anticipated. But the reason why I do feel sorry for her, but the reason why I can't fully sympathize, like, I sympathize a bit, but I can't fully sympathize, is only because, like, you're used to dating men like Javen and you've been burnt in the past, so why would you go and put yourself in the same situation? I'm just asking questions because I personally don't get people that do that. You've been burned in the past. It's like you constantly like being burned, or like, I don't understand. Like, you like chaos, so you wanted chaos. Here's the chaos. Kieran and Megan went to Blackpool to prepare the dance for the wedding. I forgot that Megan is actually a dancer. I forgot, so she was kind of teaching Kieran a little 1-2. Guys, I don't actually have a bad word to say about Kieran and Megan. Like, normally there's always a slight thing I'll look out for in a couple to be like, potentially no. But with them, they have me smiling. I'm actually rooting for them. Like, they're my favorite couple. They're my favorite couple. Yeah, they're my favorite couple on this season so far. Like, they're actually my favorite. Like, they're goofy together. They're cheesy together, and cheesy in a good way, not cheesy in like, no, like, they're goofy, the jokes, the banter that they have with each other. Like, I just love their energy around each other. Like, I just love them. I love them as individuals, and I love them together. So yeah, I don't actually have anything negative to say or any kind of red flags. I'm not seeing any red flags whatsoever. So yeah. We get to Ashley and Billy, and at first there's like an awkward silence at the beginning. Ashley felt overwhelmed with how Billy spoke about the food. Funny enough, actually, when I did my mini, basically for you guys that don't know, I do like mini debriefs on TikTok. So like obviously here I do like the full 30 minutes, 32 minutes, 25 minutes, however long it takes. On TikTok I do like roughly 3 minutes, like little, just so people on TikTok, if they cannot be bothered to come onto YouTube, because I do get it, sometimes you can't be bothered to come on both. And some people don't have YouTube, some people on YouTube don't have TikTok, vice versa. So I do like miniature versions of the debriefs on TikTok. And funny enough, Billy did comment. Shout out to Billy. He actually commented on one of my debriefs. Yesterday's one, he commented on when they had the little disagreement regarding the whole food shopping yesterday. And basically when I was saying like, if they love each other, they'll make it work, this, that, and the third. And that's literally what I saw today in today's episode, is literally kind of what kind of happened. Like they agreed to compromise, but for Ashley, it's going to kind of take some time for her because she said she was really overwhelmed. Also, Ashley said that she got bullied regarding like her weight and stuff as a kid. Now, it's a thing where it's like people who are overweight, or people who see like, yeah, people who are overweight, people only think it's people who are overweight that get bullied. That's not actually the case. And this was a thing back in my secondary school as well. Not so much primary, but like in secondary. People who were like deemed as skinny or deemed as malnourished or stuff like that, they will get teased and say, oh my God, you don't eat enough. Like, you need to eat more. Like, and you guys don't understand, like, saying things like that to people. Some of you might think it's harmless comments you're saying, but that can really play on someone's mental health and it can play on their mind. So it's just, even like to this day, like, if you see someone that you in your head is like deemed as skinny, or, you know, they don't look as bulky as you, or they haven't got much mass, you don't know what that person's going through. That person could be sick as well. When people are ill, they tend to lose weight. So it's just a matter of being quite mindful of the things that we say, because it can affect people. It can affect them later on in life as well, as it has with Ashley. But she said that she used food in a positive way in order for her to put on weight. That's what she said. And she said that she's feeling guilty for even having the cakes and the snacks around Billy, because of how much he was talking about the food yesterday. But Billy said he's going to keep trying to improve when it comes to that, because he's so structured and because he's been doing like routine for most of his life. It's just what he's used to, and because he's a fitness fanatic, which makes sense. You most of the time you want to eat healthy. You want to be eating clean food. Let me give you guys an example, especially people that go to the gym as well. When you work out and you're aiming for a goal and you want your body to look lean and you want to be ripped, think of it as a car. When you or think of it as an engine. When you put bad things in an engine, the car will break down or it will get worse over time. If you keep putting good things, like for example, they say don't put certain petrol in cars and stuff. I don't know much about cars, but this is what I've heard. If you put good things inside of a car, it will run for a long time. If you maintain it, it will run for a long time. These type of things, if you keep up with the MOT, it will run for a long time. You don't keep up with these things, your car will not run. So it's the same as like the human body. You put good things in, then your body will... Don't you guys notice that as well? Like when you eat like fried chicken and stuff like that, because I'm noticing, and that's why I'm really like, I've kind of like cut out fried chicken from my diet now. Like if I'm ordering takeaway, it's grilled. It's not no fried chicken, because it's like, I've noticed even when I eat fried chicken, I'm feeling very sluggish, belly bloated. Like I look like I'm 3 months pregnant. Like it's a horrible look. And to be honest, the reason why you guys are seeing me wearing this type of vest is because my stomach has gone in a bit. Because I've been putting in the hours and the work at the gym. So yeah, otherwise you wouldn't see me. And the fact that now, because of this setup, you guys are going to be seeing my stomach. So it's a matter of, if my stomach ain't looking tea, I promise you, I ain't coming on camera like that. And yes, I can be insecure about my stomach. That is one thing I can admit. I can be very insecure about my stomach sometimes. If I feel like my stomach is even sometimes on nights out, I'll be sucking in my stomach. Yeah, I'm saying it. Like it's something that I know and I'm aware of. But that's why I'm going to the gym. That's why I'm trying to you know, make sure that my stomach gets to a stage where it's like, okay, cool. Even if I want to eat a little something and treat myself to a little something, so long as I'm active in the gym, it's fine. But mainly and truly, I'm really trying to stick to a healthy diet. So yeah, I went on a bit of a thing, but just regarding this whole food thing, it just kind of triggered me to talk about that. But yeah, the overall is they're going to work on their communication and move forward from that. Then we get on to Bardha and Jed, and now it's time for Jed to meet Bardha's friend, who her name is Olivia. Olivia is very protective of Bardha. I could already tell from the way she came in that, yeah, this is an interrogation. This is not, oh, let me get to know what he's like. She came to really see what kind of timing you're on, because you're not about to mess up her friend, especially as, like, her friend has dealt with heartbreak before. Relationships haven't worked. Yeah, she ain't got time for it. Like, she's here to really see what type of timing you're on. She's not doing it to be mean. It can come across mean to some people that don't get it. It can come across mean, but she's not being mean. She's being very protective of her friend, which I get. Like, you don't want to see your friend hurt, even though you've seen your friend hurt in the past, you're not trying to see your friend hurt again. She said the only red flag that they saw was that they didn't have an argument yet. Now, this is something I never used to see as a red flag, because when me and my ex were, I could talk about these things because, like, I'm over this situation, but it's like, it's also, I can understand and I can relate to it. When me and my ex were dating, right, we were like a good few months into the relationship, and people kept bringing up to us, like, you guys haven't had an argument yet. Like, you guys have gone this long and you haven't argued. And I used to think, like, what of it? Like, we haven't argued, okay? Are we supposed to? You want us to argue? You want us to act it out now? Like, when people were saying it, it was, like, baffling me because I didn't understand it. But now I do. Because it's like, how can you go for so long and not argue? It's like, it's almost too good to be true. But I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts and there's a lot of thinking. And people think differently when it comes to these type of conversations. I mean, it just depends on you as a person. But I do understand it from a point of view, because it's like, there were things, and this is no disrespect, there were things that were bugging me, but it was like, oh, they weren't big things, so it was like, let me not say nothing. But it's the little things that bug you that you need to speak up about as well. Even if you think it's petty, you need to talk, you need to speak up, you need to open your mouth and talk, because what happens in that scenario is that the little things, oh, it's not that deep, we don't need to talk about it. But they do it again, it's going to bug you. They do it again, it's going to bug you. They do it again, it's going to bug you. They do it again, it's going to bug you. They do it again. And it's piling. It's piling. It's piling. It's piling. Until one day you can't take it no more. And then that's when one big argument happens. So that's why it's good to nip things in the bud or have a conversation as soon as it happens. I learned that because I went through it. So that's why I get where Olivia's coming from. I actually honestly get where she's coming from. Saroever and Cal. Saroever's mum is struggling to wrap her head around the whole experience. Coming from an Indian background and with how their culture do things, yeah, the mother's not going to understand it. And if her mother's old school, which I assume that she is, she's not going to understand it at all. Yeah, this is going to take some explaining to do. The older generation, and I'm not even calling her mother old, please do, like, I mean all respect by what I'm saying. But, like, the older generation, they're not going to understand. Some of them ain't going to get it. They're just not going to understand, especially with how cultural, like, Indians are. Like, they follow tradition, they're very cultural. Even they normally stick with their own. The mother is finding it very hard to, like, wrap her head. And I understand, like, I get it. It's hard. When you're so used to doing something a certain type of way, it's hard. Change is scary. Change is very, very scary. But in this life, if you want to grow, if you want to prosper, change is necessary, you know? Saroever is just saying that she feels like she's in a bit of a pressure cooker at the moment, so it must be very bad. She said that her mother is sending her paragraphs after paragraphs after paragraphs. Imagine waking up to that every morning. Yeah, that would be stressful. That could be very stressful. So Javen and Katisha have now made it to his house. And Katisha says that she is aware that their communication needs to improve. And she also wants Javen to be more vulnerable. Javen is not being vulnerable around you because I'm so sorry to break it to you. He doesn't like you like that. I keep telling people, and I'll say it again and again and again. The reason why you're not bringing out these traits out of people is because they just don't like you. I don't know how else to say or what other way to put it. They don't like you. Someone that genuinely likes you and they love you, you'll bring out all type of sides to them. I promise you. Yeah. You'll bring out all type of sides to them. When they don't like you like that or they don't love you like that, it's very hard to see these type of sides because they're not going to open up to you because they don't like you like that. They're not going to be willing to, if someone really loves you and they're willing to open up their heart and open up to you like that, you'll see all sides. I promise you. You'll see the vulnerable side. But the reason, Katisha, my lovely, why you're not seeing that is because he doesn't like you like that. Javen says, so this is where I found this conversation like funny as well. Not funny as in haha, but just like this. I don't know why they keep going at this point. Like you might as well did it. Is it a thing where they have to get to the altar to say I do or I don't? Like, is that what we're doing? Because you could just tell by these two, like, it's just not giving what it's supposed to give. So they're having a conversation about if they're going to eat dinner together or like they're basically their schedule. And Javen says that he works late. Monday to Thursday. So that's already most of the week. Okay, cool. Javen works from 6 to 9. That's a whole day. Monday to Thursday. Guys, can we deep there? You are married. You are married to someone. 6 to 9, Monday to Thursday. So that means days Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are the only 3 days I get to see you in the week. Monday to Thursday, 6 to 9. And then when you come home, you eat, you shower, and then you go to bed. I barely see you. I see you 3 days in the week. And if not that, you might want to meet up with friends. You might want to do other things. There's other things. Because obviously when you're married, you're not just strictly with your husband or your wife or your husband and your husband or your wife or your wife. You are you got other stuff going on. So it's like, that's techie already. And then Katisha comes out to say, Javen offered to like eat late unless she likes to eat late. And then Katisha was like, she always eats late because she trains late around 9 or 10. Javen says he's in bed by 10 because he has to wake up early. Guys, it's not working. I don't know why they keep trying. If any of you actually think that Javen and Katisha are going to work, please leave in the comment section below. So I can put you in a bin with them. Because what are we talking about? I work late. I work out late. I'm in bed by this time. Call it quits from now. What is the point? Why am I still witnessing these two? Like, can we just call it quits from now, please? Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, call it quits. You actually can't make this stuff up. Kieran and Megan hopes in 10, 20 years into their marriage that nothing changes between them. Again, nothing really much to say regarding them. Everything is sweet between them. Ashley is now getting ready to meet Billy's dad and his dog, Ollie. Then we get to Katisha meeting Javen's mum and sister. This is the first lady who is meeting Javen's family, by the way. Javen has never brought a lady home. Just might I add, and just might I put that there. He's never brought a lady home before. I see the traditional Caribbean food was out there. Rice and peas with curry goats. Okay. I see. When Javen said to his mom and sister that Katisha is his fiance, I wish I could have screenshotted the look on the sister's face. The sister was thinking, what on earth are you talking about, engaged or fiance? What, brother? She was basically probably saying, brother, what kind of rubbish are you telling me there? Like, her whole face just dropped. Javen's sister said that she's been engaged for 18 months and still not married. So the fact that this is happening in the space of, 4 or 5 weeks is a bit... It's not a bit. Let me not downplay it. It's shocking. It's crazy. Most people are trying to wrap their head around it. Like, marriage is a big step. I don't think people understand. Marriage is such a big step. You have to really know that you're ready for marriage. So some people come out and say, oh, marriage is not a thing where you're ready and stuff. Yes, it is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, it is. Marriage is not just something you jump into. The people that want to, if you're one of those people that just jump into marriage, do your thing. Me, I have to be mentally, physically, spiritually. I have to be ready. I have to be ready. Everything about me has to be ready. You can't come and tell me tomorrow, or you can't come and tell me in 6 months' time, Attack, I want to get married to you in 6 months. I might not be ready in 6 months. It all depends. In the moment, if I go out to that jewelry store and I buy you that ring, I'm ready. That's when I'm ready. I'm ready. But then again, this is why people propose. This is why there's an engagement, because you can always take back the ring. And you can always take it back. If you feel like you're not ready, or if you're getting cold feet, this is why people have engagement. This is why people wait. This is why people don't just engage and marry like that straight away. A lot of people wait. So that's why the sister's saying 18 months. She's been engaged and still hasn't been married yet. When Daniel asked Katisha what makes them compatible, Katisha was struggling to answer the question. It's like she was finding stuff to say. Like she was really struggling to answer the question. And Javen just there doing this. Shaking his head. These guys are not serious, you know. Daniel said Javen is a very serious guy. We get to Ashley and Billy, and Ashley is meeting Billy's dad and dog. Nothing really much. I didn't really take anything from this meeting. Moving forward, they will communicate and compromise with one another. And they did say to the dad as well, for the first 6 months, it's going to be hard because of where Billy will be stationed, and Ashley due to her flying around the world. So today they are going to be having a reunion with the pod squad. Kieran was saying to Javen, he feels like if you're not in love with someone, you can't marry them, which I do agree with. But I was just saying, for the sake of the experience, it's like, because you lot have short a period of time, I don't know, how could you fall in love with someone that quick? That's my question. How can you fall in love with someone that quick? I mean, everybody's different. Me personally, I know I cannot fall in love. That shit for me, someone like me, it takes me time. Okay? It takes me time. Katisha apparently knows what she wants to do. If that's you marrying Javen, you better think again. Saroever is telling Katisha and Megan what her mom has been saying. Then we have the others entering. Patrick enters. Anu enters. Anu didn't give Patrick a hug, rightfully so. And she said it's very underwhelming to see him. She's not happy to see Patrick at all. Patrick was saying to the boys, if he gets the energy thing, he will then go and talk to her. And this is why I've been glad I haven't been seeing this guy on my screen. Energy. You're still on about... And this is why I'm glad. I'm glad him and Anu didn't get together. Then I didn't have to witness more. I'm actually so glad. I'm actually glad. Anu asks, why didn't her and Javen date more? Katisha isn't bothered by them two talking. Like I said, from time you're seeing the person you're potentially getting married to, talking to other women and giggling and smiling, and that's not making you feel a type of way, that's saying a lot as well. Charlie, I'll be so real. Who is Charlie? Guys, I'm not even trying to be rude, but who is Charlie? I did not see him go in a pod once. He probably was part of the... He's part of the cast. I did not see that man enter once. I did not see that man enter. I did not see him talk to anybody. That's what I'm saying. They don't show everyone. Yolanda ended up joining Ross B and Demela. Javen and Demela didn't have a conversation, and Demela said it's a blessing for him, because if someone can change their mind within 24 hours like that, then who's to say that they won't do it again? And Javen said that it's not 100% a yes. Javen, stop lying to yourself. Just say you're not interested in Katisha. It's actually okay to just say it. Just say it now before you... That's what I'm saying. Do they have to wait to get to the altar? Is it something that they have to do? Because if they don't, I would say break it off now and save yourself the trouble. But I feel like if you're sticking with each other... So this is my theory. If you have the choice to break away and go back to living your regular lives, but you're still here on the TV show, going all the way to the altar just to say no, you want clout. I get that impression very, very much. That's the impression I get, because it's like, okay, I'm not interested. I'm just going to bin this off and like go and do what I need to do. But if you're sticking it out all the way until the end, that means you want the attention, you want the clout. Sophie then enters, and not Javen peeping at Sophie. I'm so dead. Sophie says that she doesn't know how she let Kieran wear that shirt, and this is why he never picked you. Because you come up with certain comments like that. It's like, you didn't need to say that. If he's happy to wear that shirt, he's happy to wear the shirt. I think the shirt looks fire. I think I would buy a shirt like that, or rock a shirt like that. Like, what's wrong with the shirt? Is it because it's not designer? Because I know how she feels about her. Is that because it's not Burberry or Gucci? Is that what? Maybe if it was a Gucci shirt or Burberry shirt, she wouldn't have said that comment. I don't know, man. Sophie, she rubs me the wrong way. She just rubs me the wrong way. Oh, the wrong way she rubs me. Yolanda asks, sorry, I lost myself for a bit. Yolanda asks, Javen, is he feeling the vibe? Is he ready? The man didn't even answer the question. And Yolanda said, I understand. Sometimes what's understood doesn't need to be said. Patrick and Anu have a conversation. And Anu, you get brownie points from me today, girl. Anu would have wanted Patrick to kind of message her just to kind of check in to see if she's okay. She said how he took away the experience from her, which is rightfully so. You wasted her time. Like, you actually wasted her time. Like, she could have cracked on with someone else, but you said all these things to her that you said all these things to her. For you to just at the end turn her away because your spleen didn't allow you to speak to her. Someone said that they feel sorry for Patrick. I don't know what guy said that, but whoever said that, go take some duct tape and cover your mouth. You feel sorry for him. I don't feel like answer sympathy for him. He deserves everything he's getting because he did waste her time. And she should embarrass him. And I love that for her. Embarrass him some more because he wasted your damn time. Listen, time is precious. You can't get that back. And he was going insane that the headscarf he was matching wasn't matching the outfit, and it looked silly. She was ripping it. When I tell you she was ripping into him. And again, rightfully so. And then Charlie made me laugh. This is where I was like, okay, Charlie, a little bit. Okay, cool. I see you. Charlie was like, I think his spleen is being burst a bit. And they all started laughing. I said, yeah, these men are not taking you seriously with this whole spleen nonsense. If you think they're actually taking you seriously, then you got another thing coming. Kieran lets Megan know that he's going to talk to Sophie. And again, I love these two. And I love how Kieran was just reassuring her, telling her, listen, letting her know every step of the way. You men from Love Island need to come and see how these men from Love is Blind move. Well, some of them, how they move. They move with so much respect. That's why I have so much more respect for the men on Love is Blind than on Love Island. Because the men on this show are a lot more respectful and treat women with a lot more respect. But I think it's because they're older as well. They're a lot more mature. Sophie, so Kieran says to Sophie that he thanks her for being a massive part of his experience. But Sophie was actually over the situation. She says she's over him. She said he's not as attractive as I thought in my head. Which I don't know. I don't know if that was a necessary comment to have made. Megan is protective of Kieran because obviously Megan did warn Kieran about Sophie, but Sophie's obviously being pods. Like, Kieran was like, this is the same Sophie I experienced in the pod. So, but Megan has seen different sides to her, and she just kind of warned Kieran. Javen pulls Sophie. Now, this is where I said, and this is where I was like, I knew it. He's happy to be talking to her. Look at the grin. Look, guys, I'm telling you now, Javen talking to Sophie, he does not talk and smile like that with Katisha. He doesn't. All giggling, all laughing, big loud laugh. Big loud laugh. I'm sure the whole of the bar heard them laughing. Big loud laugh. Like, it was actually poor taste because, like, not poor taste as in each other, but like poor taste because you lot weren't reading the room. Like, there's other people there, like Javen, Katisha's right there, and that's how you're behaving. It's like, let's actually read the room a bit. Like, let's read the room. Sophie asked him if he made the right choice and if he's happy, and then he says, I'm always happy. Like I said, that should tell you everything you need to know if it hasn't already. He says there's still hurdles to overcome. And I'm saying to myself at this point, isn't Katisha seeing what's happening here? Like, they're a bit too buddy-buddy. They're laughing. You need to watch what's happening. Like, you're saying you're not bothered and all these things, but you need to be bothered. I'm sorry. Like, okay, like, I would have gone on Interrogating. I would be like, are you having a good time? And I would have taken you away because you're talking for a bit too long. Why are you talking for so long? Yeah, and plus you have no business talking to her either anyway. So like let's actually wrap it up. The flirting between those two was crazy. They weren't really flirting with words, but with eyes. You can flirt with your eyes. In case you didn't know, you can flirt with your eyes. Your eyes do a lot. Sometimes your eyes do enough talking. You don't need to say words. Your eyes do a lot of talking sometimes. This is actually, like I said, the most I've seen him smile and talk. And they both had no consideration of Katisha's feelings, even though Sophie just went to go and hug Katisha. Yeah, I wasn't happy to see that at all. It's like, read the room. Actually read the room. Even I think Yolanda and someone else had said that as well. That Sophie doesn't... It's like she sees herself. She doesn't care about anybody else's feelings or anybody else's present. It's just all to do with her. Then we get to Javen and Katisha again, and Javen said that the chat with Sophie was very interesting and how she's funny. So basically singing her praises in front of the woman he's supposed to go and marry. Okay. Javen doesn't like Katisha, and I think we've all established this already. And she doesn't like him, but then this is when I started to realize maybe she does like him because she started to cry. Javen ends up going out. Katisha goes to bed and he ends up going out. Instead of going to bed with the woman you like, you're there going out. And he's like to Katisha, you're not coming, and she stayed at home and she was crying because she knows. And I'm not saying she knows, like, as in, like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I do actually feel a bit of sympathy for her because she picked this man knowing, like, okay, cool, like, you know, I do have a stronger... Javen has made me feel... that's what I'm saying. You missed out on... Katisha, you missed out. You missed out. You know what this is reminding me of? You know what this is actually reminding me of? Cash, Tony, Harrison. I'm so sorry to say, but it's reminding me of... If you guys watched the recent season of Love Island, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking... That's what this is reminding me of. Because you got Demela, who is Cash. You got Javen, who's Harrison. Not on Harrison's level, of course, but to make the similarities. And then obviously you got the lady who is Katisha. She could have had a good man, but she decided to pick Javen, who now wants to go out clubbing and go to the bar with his friends instead of staying with your woman. But anyway, guys, that is it for episode... I was going to say 6, but it's 7. Episode 7. If you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You already know we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the family. And any updates for you guys? No, I think we have one more episode left, which I'll review tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And then we don't get any more episodes until Wednesday again. So... yeah, but yeah, guys, I will catch you tomorrow. And if you guys are going carnival this weekend, stay safe. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Don't drink too much alcohol, okay? Have your wits about you. Anything else? If you're going to Manchester Pride tomorrow, have fun. Have a great time. I wish I was going with y'all, but I got stuff I need to do. So, yeah. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.